Okay, third graders, we are to the final day of writing for our animal research projects. You already have all of the ideas in order to write a conclusion. In fact, we have some extra slides we haven't used yet. We're going to use those slides to write our conclusion today. Here are some tips. Remember, a concluding paragraph is like a concluding statement. But in this case, it's a paragraph, so it's 5 sentences long or so, and reminds the reader of the most important information. We're going to use information that shows how your animal is the best and most interesting. The last sentence or two really should be wrapping the whole thing up. Okay, let's look at what the directions say. They say in the conclusion in this paragraph, so it's on the same slide, pausing, as our work from yesterday, third and fourth paragraphs. Here we're going to have a conclusion. In this paragraph, wrap up your writing by explaining why you have the best animal. Explain why you think this animal is the most interesting. End with a bang. So we're going to write a paragraph reminding the reader all the best things about our animal. Tip: you can use slides from the day 6 slides with animal behaviors. What makes it awesome? So the day 6 slides are what we did on Monday. I think it would be helpful at this point to look back at those slides. We're looking for what makes it the best and most interesting. So here are my slides that I turned in. The first slide from day 6 is, what is the behavior of your animal? I'm going to read through these and think about, are there some I haven't talked about yet? Pandas live alone except when they are babies. Then they live with their mother. Maybe, but not too much. Not really maybe the most interesting thing. They sleep 2 to 4 hours at a time. I used that. Pandas spend most of the day eating bamboo. Yeah, I already said that. Pandas poop while they sleep? What? That's crazy. I think I want to use that one. Pandas' ears do not move and don't add expression to their face. That's kind of interesting. Like, lots of things on my face move around to add expression. I didn't really ever think about whether or not pandas have expressions, though. I'll consider it. Pandas look like a person sitting when they sit and eat. They use their front legs and like hands to hold bamboo. Actually, that's pretty interesting. All right, what else do I have? On the next slide, these are the reasons I think I have the most awesome animal. There are 1,864 pandas in the wild. They are vulnerable, not endangered. I used that in my beginning. Pandas might live alone, but they have groups that are like a neighborhood. I think that's really interesting, but it might be kind of confusing at the same time. Pandas are bears that mostly eat plants. Yeah, I said that already. Pandas mostly live alone in a foggy forest. I used that one too. So I don't really have a lot on this slide, but I do have a few ideas I could use from this slide. So I'm just going to collect those ideas. I'm going to copy and paste the ones I think I want to use. And I'm going to come over here and paste them in. Pandas look like a person. Pandas poop while they sleep. That one sounds pretty cool. And, oh yeah, this thing about expression. Okay. I don't know why that one doesn't want. All right, there we go. Copy that and paste it. All right, I'm just going to read that. Pandas look like a person sitting when they sit and eat. They use their front legs like hands to hold bamboo. Pandas poop while they sleep. Pandas' ears do not move and don't add expression to the face. Well, those are some good ideas, but they don't make much sense as a conclusion the way I've just copied and pasted them in right now. I like this part about pandas look like a person sitting when they sit. The other thing to think about is to remember how I started in my introduction. And I put some stuff in my introduction about helping pandas survive and how important they are. So, but I'm also remembering that one of my favorite things to do, like when I go to a zoo that has pandas, is to make sure I go and stand around and watch the pandas. And I think this thing that they look like a person is one of the reasons why they're so fun to watch in the zoo. So, think that could be something I start with. Pandas in the zoo are very interesting to visit. Okay, but what's my point? Pandas in the zoo are very interesting to visit. After visiting pandas in the zoo, many people fall in love because pandas sometimes act like people. Are you noticing how sometimes I'm pausing? Well, that's because, friends, I'm thinking. Writing is a lot of thinking. I mean, I couldn't just copy and paste here and have it sound right. So I'm having to think about, well, if those are the most interesting things that make my animal the very, very best, I have to make sure that I'm making it really clear here why. So, and the whole thing is like after I see pandas in the zoo, I'm thinking that because remember I talked about in the beginning that they're vulnerable. So then that means that that's why people like to help them. So I think I should explain more about how they act like people. So let's continue reading and see if I need a transition or if it sounds right. After visiting pandas in the zoo, many people fall in love because pandas sometimes act like people. Pandas look a lot like a person sitting when they sit and eat. Maybe I could just say, when eating, pandas look like a person sitting. And then I'd have a phrase. That would be nice. Okay. Capitalize it. When pandas eat bamboo, they look a lot like a person sitting down. Here's more about that. I want to keep that there. They use their front legs like hands to hold bamboo. I think I'm going to need a transition here. Pandas poop while they sleep. Maybe I wonder why they poop when they sleep. That seems so weird. Like, that's so funny. Why do I want to include that? It's funny. That's why I want to include it. Okay. But what does that have to do with eating? Oh yeah, as we know, they spend so much time eating, right? Okay, as it is commonly known, that means everybody knows it, that pandas eat all day. I'm kind of exaggerating. But did you know pandas poop while they sleep? Oh, yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. I think I'm getting closer now. A panda's ears do not move and don't add expression to their face. Either I don't need it or maybe I need to explain why I'm thinking about that. Many people think pandas are adorable. That means super cute. Surprisingly, because that's the surprise, right? Surprisingly, pandas' ears do not move and they don't have facial expressions. Okay, I need that wrap up. I'm kind of running out of room. Resizing, of course, is always a good idea, right? That's one way to fix that problem. So let's switch it to different size font, and then I want to do my wrap up. I already used after. Now that you know all about these amazing animals, you want to do something to help them survive in the wild. I mean, I could improve that. But it is an ending sentence. It's reminding you that the animals are vulnerable and they need your help. And I didn't say they were vulnerable, but I tried to remind you about it. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. And remember, I started by coming over to day 6 slides. Wow, that's a tongue twister. And picking the ones I hadn't used yet to build some information for this last paragraph. But I want to refer back to things I said at the beginning in my introduction as well. That's where I got the idea about how they look like people, and that's important because it makes people like them. And once you like them, you're going to want to help them because they're a vulnerable species. I could probably improve this writing some more, but you're ready to get started on yours while I'm doing more thinking. Hey, good luck, friends, and don't forget to turn your assignments in so that they can be reviewed by your teachers. We are so proud of you.